visit some brother out on my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Hello, my sunflowers. How are you? Well, I hope everything with you is copacetic, but it is late and I have to talk about it. I wasn't going to talk about it. I really wasn't, because I be trying not to get so political. Oh my God, y'all don't know how political I am. And baby Crone, we can be very, very political, but we don't want to be flagged. We ain't trying to make no waves. And we try to stay away from controversial things. Excuse me. Nevertheless, let me get to it. These riots in LA. I was not going to deal with it, but Doechii came on and she said
at the BET Awards.
At the BET Awards, which is live, which we saw it, and she came on and she began to say pretty much and what I got is these people have a right to be here and feel sorry or whatever for them. I have to speak out on this, okay? Unless I misunderstood, I thought that these are for the non-legals.
Yes.
ICE is going, from what I understand.
That's what they made it out to sound like.
That it's all illegals. If you are legal, you don't have anything to worry about. It is the illegals. It is the people that are into crime, that do horrible things.
Yes.
It is about them. It is about people that is burning the American flag in the streets.
Oh yeah, that was offensive.
It is about it is about ridding them of illegals. This is what I was told. And if they're wreaking havoc, obviously, then you should want them gone.
Yes, you should want a safe country.
You should want, if this is your country, then you should want it safe. Now, this is what I understand. So I done heard that there's a war on America.
That's what I'm hearing.
I'm hearing that a lot of people, or a lot of these immigrants are wanting to take over.
Yeah.
They're wanting to take over Texas. This is what I heard. Yeah. They want to take over Texas. They want to take over Nevada. They want to take over, help me, baby, New York, California, Chicago. They said Chicago. Chicago. I'm missing some. But anyway, further, was it Wyoming? I don't know.
Could be Wyoming. Was it Washington?
It could be Washington State, Seattle. They want to get the outskirts. And this is what I heard. That's why I didn't want to deal with it. But when Doechii said that, sometimes we say things and we don't fully understand what's going on. And right now, this is about illegals. This is what I was told.
Yeah. First off, we just saw I think it was a 2022 census that actually says that Americans make up the third largest population here in the States. It is actually Hispanics that make up the second largest population. There are more
Hispanics than there are black people. It's 13% black and 19% Hispanics. This country is being almost not with the Caucasians, because they 75% from what we got.
Yes,
and they could be old, but the blacks is 13%. The Hispanics are 19%, and many of them believe that this is their country. And from what I understand, their president is telling them to fight.
Yes, and actually telling them that these certain states are their land and they should go to these places.
And that they lost it and this is your land. And so you got a lot of people here, a lot of people from other countries, Hispanic countries, that's here because they want to take over the land. They want their land back,
Mm-hmm.
and they're willing to wage war.
They are.
I am not saying this because I'm trying to initiate fear. I'm saying this is why one of the topics I don't want to deal with. Because they come with so much, and I just want to be neutral.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, everything is what I heard from commentators.
Mm-hmm.
It's tragedy.
It is.
And to get right down to it, it's almost scary.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because it's like we're fighting a war, and it's like we're trying to rid this country, as I said, of immigrants. That's what I'm told. And yet we have the American people saying, let them stay. And that's what Dochi was saying.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what made me say, okay, no, you legal, you're free. You're entitled. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just, it's frightening in a way.
Yeah, and it kind of brings me back to, sadly, when Selena Gomez had made a video crying about the situation before it had gotten
absolutely, before it got this bad. Yes. And it's like, if this is true, and this is about immigration, and it's about getting rid of foreigners because they are taking over our system, taking over schools, taking over not I'm talking only about the illegals.
Mm-hmm.
And then they want to equal themselves to blacks.
Yes.
But there's two different case studies.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen blacks go out and throw pipe bottles or bombs and blow up cars or burn the American flag. I've never seen it. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying in all of my years, I've never seen violence. No. We've always tried to be a peaceful. Matter of fact, they used to put the dogs on our people. So this kind of ruckus and fighting and burning the flag, it is so new to me that I can't believe it's happening on American soil.
That's true.
And I feel frightened. I do. Not frightened like that, but frightened inwardly.
Yes, for our safety.
That it just feels like, and so many of us are misguided.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is a time for all of us to get wise and understand, not predicated on emotions, but predicated on what is happening in our country. That's why I said I looked this thing up, I looked it down, and it said over and over. I went to CNN, I went everywhere, MSNBC, I went everywhere. And everyone is saying it's about the immigrants. They don't like the way he's going about it.
Yes, calling in martial law.
Calling in the martial law. But what do you do?
Yeah.
When the people start warring?
Yeah, don't want to listen. They don't want to leave. You got to force them out.
I mean, I don't know. I know.
What he's trying to do.
I know that we're struggling financially in this country.
We are.
And there are changes that have to be made. What they are, I don't know. I'm finding out day by day like everybody else. And all I'm saying is, if there was a time that if you are an American at this horrible time, you just have to know the truth.
Yeah.
And where do you stand on it? What do you think?
Yeah, you just got to start searching out that information.
Search out just for baby Cronin. Now, this is why we were also, there was a conversation that we wanted to talk about. I told baby Cronin, now what was it called? About exhaustion?
Oh, black fatigue.
Black fatigue. There are topics that I want to talk about, but sometimes they're just so deep. Like this is one of them. And the only reason why I came is because of what I thought I heard her say. And if that's the case, Not everybody cheered for her though. It was like a few.
Yeah, some people did feel put off. I mean,
I was put off.
Yes, because I'm like, you're here doing an acceptance speech about your artwork, and you took some time away to. I mean, I get
remind us of what's going on outside your doors.
Yeah. And of course, she was just like, as a celebrity, I'm going to take this time to represent the minorities and use my platform to speak for people that don't have voices.
And for me, that is, and from what I understand, it's just being misguided. It isn't about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's about cleaning up. From what I understand, it's about cleaning up our country from illegals.
Yeah.
There are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of illegals here hiding.
Yeah, impressively. I don't know how that managed to happen.
And they creating their own wars, ready to attack us inwardly. These are the things I hear.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to sound like a warmonger or anything, but when Dochi brought it, I was saying, oh my goodness, so we got to talk about it.
Yeah.
I hope I don't get flagged. I'm being gentle as I can
Honestly,
be.
I'm sorry for California this year. They are just
going through it. And the homeless rate and everything. It's horrible. It's horrible. And the fires.
Mm-hmm.
Who want to live there?
Not I, that's for sure.
I don't care how beautiful that weather is. No. Who wants to live in that?
Yeah. Complete
mayhem. No. And I'm just saddened. Now, however, California is a very large state. I mean, it takes up half of the United States. It's very long. So, but nevertheless, I don't think I would want to even be nowhere near, along with the earthquake that's supposed to be coming, all of these things.
Honestly, the fact that LA has been such a hot spot for activity lately, it makes me wonder, because I'm not sure, like looking from like now to 2028, I don't know how here we're supposed to host the Americas, is supposed to host the Summer Olympics here in LA, because that's where it's supposed to be hosted in 2028. And I'm just like, we're going through all this stuff with California and with our political statements and trying to like clean up the country. It just feels like.
You think that's what they're doing?
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to clean up.
Okay, I like that. I never thought of that.
So it could look good for when the Olympics come. They could have a better image of LA, and it doesn't look as peaky.
Where the homeless and taking over the streets.
And people there that are just visiting from other countries cannot be safe because they have to be worried about being taken up by a gang or something.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's a good way to look at it. But why would Trump be interested in that? Would he still be a president?
No. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he'll just be getting out of presidency. It will be time for the next election.
Okay. It could be. Could be not.
Could be, yeah.
I don't know. That's a good point. But anyway, we just want to touch on it. And like I said, Dochi, she was my trigger. And sometimes it takes a trigger for my heart to go say something about it. And so I am saying something. And my heart goes out to LA, California, any place where they're having this kind of disturbance.
Yes.
And it's not just in America. It's in London. It's in other parts of the world. People are struggling with immigrants too. So I don't know. When I see these commercials of these women are crying, I don't believe that. Too many people. When I see the Hispanic women are crying and begging, my heart ache.
Yeah.
But
circumstances.
It's the circumstances. My hands are literally tied. And I don't take the stand. You should have voted for. You shouldn't have voted for Trump. I just take stance that if you're illegal, you're illegal.
Yeah.
And
Point blank, period.
and and the country have a right to fix that when it becomes a heavy problem. And apparently this country is dealing with finances.
Mhm.
So it's dealing with its own. There's a lot of people in this country that are losing their jobs, their tech jobs. A lot of them
Mhm.
are losing, are suffering, don't know what they're going to do in the next couple of months.
Yes.
So, if they are feeling that, then what about the immigrants that's not supposed to be here? They're going to feel it. Why? Because they trying to either get money,
Yep.
save money, or whatever. It takes a lot of money to
Work
do
underneath the
something.
table.
I don't know what's going on, but it's not just happening to the immigrants.
Mhm.
It's happening to people by the thousands are losing their job.
Yes.
And many of them are the only breadwinners.
Mhm.
And it's not even like they could just go out and get other jobs.
No.
Many of them will have to step down from the position that they have to low-level jobs. And how many of those?
Right, exactly. That are going to hire them and not say, oh, you're too qualified for this position.
Or pay them less than what they're worth. I mean, it's a lot going on in this country, too, about people losing jobs by the thousands.
Yes.
It seems like every month.
Mm-hmm.
Every month.
It's just not a good time to go into the job market, honestly.
No. And it just seemed like everybody and their mama and grandmama got a podcast, thinking they're going to strike it rich. What a rude awakening. Because if you do get a podcast or YouTube, do it because it's something you want to do. Mm-hmm. Because those views don't come easy.
No, they don't. You got to be consistent and enjoy what you're doing to come up with content.
It's committed, And if you think you're going to go viral, good luck. Because that's all it takes for anyone. That's like saying, I struck it rich for a day. And the moment you go viral, you better be ready to go in and cash in on it.
Mm-hmm, that is true.
And to think that you may make a lot of money, you may only make $10,000 for going viral. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, that's not no money at all.
Yeah.
Not for me. It can't buy me a car.
I was thinking about that. I was like, no, that's not going to work for a
Can't
car.
buy me a house.
No, can't buy
unless
you a house
I get something and I'm in an auction and I happen to win at it.
Yeah, maybe you get yourself a very expensive apartment.
I can get something to rent. Can get that. But then I have to maintain what I got to rent. So what I spent the money on is going to cost me more money, humbug. So at the end of the day, we just wanted to just bring you the news. I don't know what we even will call this.
That's a good
question.
The
LA fire. No, the LA riots. So all I can say is prayers going up. Yes. And let the will of truth be done.
Okay, I like that.
That's where I stand. And with that being said, I thank you for joining us. As you see that we just went on a rant and we just talked about it. And we hope you enjoyed this. And we'll be keeping you updated if there's anything updated to keep about.
Yes, because it seems like this summer has only been about politics lately or court cases.
Yes.
So.
And with that being said, there you have it. You know what we say, we love you. If you like this and you enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up. And if you want to join our family, our gang, come on over and join the Sunflower family. Yes. We'd love to have you. And with that being said, you know what we say?
Yes.
Sunflowers.